Hello and welcome back to our online English class. Today we are going to begin Unit 6, Time. So open your student's book to page 70. Student's book, page 70. Okay, so you can see some pictures, mostly of people. So let's take some time to describe what we see in the pictures. So I'll go ahead and give you some time to do that, and then we will look at it together. And you can practice with a family member or just practice verbally on your own out loud. Okay, so we might say there is a reporter. You can see a man in the first picture and he looks like a reporter because he is holding a microphone. And maybe he is interviewing Mrs. Rosen, Ms. Morales, and Mr. Chung. And in the picture next to Mrs. Rosen, you can see a stamp. And then in the picture with Mr. Chung, you can see a letter. So maybe Mr. Chung likes writing letters. And then in picture number 4, you can see a little girl, a young girl, next to Ms. Morales. And she is looking at her cell phone and smiling. So now we're going to listen to the audio, and I will ask you some questions afterwards.
Unit 6, Time, page 71. Exercises 2A and 2B. Part 1.
Excuse me, ma'am?
Yes?
I'm a reporter for KESL Radio, and today we're asking people for their opinions about technology and time-saving devices. Do you have a minute to answer some questions for me?
Sure.
May I have your name?
Jean Rosen. Mrs. Rosen.
Do you have a favorite time-saving device?
Let me see. I guess it's this. My address stamper.
Oh, I expected something electronic, not manual.
Well,
Does it really save you time?
absolutely. It takes about a minute to handwrite a return address. The address stamper just takes seconds, even though it's not electronic.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Rosen.
Part 2.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a minute?
Well, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
I'm a reporter for KESL Radio. I'm asking people for their opinions about how technology helps them save time.
Technology? A time saver? I'm afraid you're talking to the wrong man. I'm not a fan of technology.
Why is that?
Well, take email, for example. Half the time it's spam. And it's distracting, too. It interrupts my work.
But isn't it convenient?
Not that I can see. If you ask me, most of this electronic stuff wastes more time than it saves. I still write letters by hand, although I have a perfectly good computer at home.
I see. Could I get your name before you go?
Ronald Chung.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Chung.
Part 3.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm a reporter for KESL Radio.
Yes?
I'm asking people their opinions about technology and time-saving devices.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Do you have a favorite time-saving device?
Oh, yes. I just love my cell phone.
I guess it saves you lots of time because you can use it anywhere.
That's right. You see, I go to lots of sales to buy clothes for my daughter. I take pictures with my camera phone of clothes I think she might like.
Really?
Yeah. Then I send her the pictures while I'm still in the store. She sends me a text message back. It says buy or don't buy.
Now that's innovative.
Yeah. Not a bad idea, huh?
I'm sure our listeners will enjoy hearing about such an unusual use.
Happy to share. It really is a time saver, but not a money saver.
I see what you mean. Oh, I didn't get your name.
Patricia Morales.
Well, thank you, Miss Morales, for sharing your favorite time-saving device.
Okay, number 1. Who are the speakers? Who are the speakers? Okay, so we can say the speakers are an interviewer, Mrs. Rosen, Mr. Chung, and Ms. Morales. Okay, and then number 2, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Okay, so we can say they are talking about time-saving devices. Or maybe we can say they are talking about their opinions on time-saving devices. Or their opinions about time-saving devices. Actually, you can see what I just said in the chart title. Okay, so now let's look at the chart. You can see the 3 people that were interviewed, and you can see the time-saving device and their opinions. So let's look at the first one, Mrs. Rosen. What time-saving device did she mention? What time-saving device did she mention? And we can see the answer is address stamper. So she mentioned or she talked about an address stamper. Okay, so let's make a question about her opinion. So we can say, what is her opinion about an address stamper? What is her opinion about an address stamper? Okay, so we can say it takes about a minute to handwrite an address, but with a stamper, it takes just seconds. So she feels that an address stamper saves her a lot of time. And then let's look at Mr. Chung. What time-saving device does he mention? Okay, so we can say he mentions email or he talks about email. What is his opinion about email? What is his opinion about email? Okay, so we can say he feels that email is a waste of time because of spam and because it is distracting. So he loses focus when he uses email. And I'm sure you know this, but spam is not the meat that we eat, although that's also true. But spam in this case means junk. Like junk mail is something that we also receive in our physical mail. But in this case, spam mail, whether email or physical mail, is advertising we don't want. Okay, and then number 3, Ms. Morales. What is the time-saving device she mentions? Okay, she mentions a cell phone, or she mentions her cell phone. And how does she feel about it? Or what is her opinion about it? Okay, so we can say she loves her cell phone. She loves it. She thinks it saves time by allowing her to shop for clothes for her daughter or to send her daughter pictures of clothing or clothes. But she also said it may save time, but it doesn't save money. Okay, so let's move on to exercise 3 after you listen. So I want you to take some time to read the story and complete it with the words in the gray box.
Page 71. Exercise 3A.
Today, a reporter from KESL Radio asked 3 people about technology and their favorite time-saving devices. Mrs. Rosen's favorite device is manual. She says it saves time even though it isn't electronic. Mr. Chung isn't a fan of technology. In fact, he says technology wastes more time than it saves. For example, he says he doesn't like email because he gets lots of spam. He also finds email distracting. He doesn't think it is convenient. Ms. Morales loves technology. She uses the camera on her cell phone in a very innovative way to send her daughter pictures of clothes that are on sale. Her daughter sends a text message back, buy or don't buy.
Okay, now I want you to look at exercise B, discuss. So since we can't talk with our classmates, you can talk with your family members or practice on your own. But let's take a look at number 1. Do you agree with the people interviewed? Why or why not? Okay, and also number 2, in general, do you think technology saves time or wastes time? Give examples. So you probably think that sometimes technology saves time and sometimes it wastes time. So think about some examples and practice. Okay, so for example, you might say, social media can save time because you can keep up with many people at the same time. But it can also waste time because you might spend too much time looking through pictures and clicking on links, and also there is a lot of spam or a lot of advertising that pops up in the feed. And another time-saving device might be, for example, Alexa. We also have Alexa, and so let me demonstrate. I can say, Alexa, turn on living room. So you can see the light in my living room just turned on. And that can save time because I don't have to go to the switch and turn the light on or off. But at other times, Alexa stops working. So I have to repeat myself again and again. And if it doesn't work, I have to walk to the switch and turn it on or turn it off. So I just wasted time trying. So see? Yep, there she goes. So in those cases, it's a waste of time because I just spent extra time trying to repeat myself and make her work. So there are good things and bad things about time-saving devices. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So we shouldn't rely on them all the time. Okay, so go ahead and take some time to practice. Okay, now I want you to open your workbook to page 66. Workbook, page 66. Okay, lesson A, listening. Okay, so this time, I want you to cover the word box. Cover the word box. So the gray box here, I want you to cover it with a piece of paper or your phone. And I want you to listen to the story and follow along and try to write the vocabulary words in the blanks.
Unit 6. Time. Page 66. Exercise 1.
I work in an office, and my job has changed a lot in the last few years. In that time, we have gotten a lot of innovative technology in our company. Some of these time-saving devices work really well and are very convenient. For example, I love my cell phone. People can reach me when I'm outside of the office, and they can also send me a quick text message. I also really like my electronic postal scale. It gives me the correct weight of letters and packages, so I can print my own mailing labels. That means I never have to go to the post office. It's much better than my old manual scale. Other technology doesn't really save any time at all. Email is one example. Although it's very fast, it can also be very distracting. Often I get messages when I'm working on something else, and then I forget what I was doing. Another problem is that so many messages are just spam. I think the worst device, though, is my laptop computer. In the past, I had to finish all my work before Friday evening. Now, my boss expects me to take my computer home and work on the weekend. That doesn't save me any time at all.
Okay, exercise 2. Circle true or false. Okay, so this is based on the story you just heard. So I want you to read these sentences, and if they are false, I want you to change them to make them true. Okay, number 1. The writer works in a library. And we can see that is false. So if we change it to make it true, we can say the writer works in an office, okay, in an office. And then number 2, the writer likes all new technology. And we can see that that is false. So instead of all new technology, we might say he likes some new technology. Or we can also make the sentence negative. We can say the writer doesn't like all new technology. Number 3, the writer has an electronic scale now. And that is true. Okay? Number 4, the writer thinks that email doesn't save any time. And that is also true. Number 5, the writer likes laptop computers. That is false. So we can change it to the writer doesn't like laptop computers. Or maybe he does, but he doesn't like his work laptop computer because he has to work on the weekends. So let's look at number 6. The writer uses a laptop computer to work at home. And as we just mentioned, that's true. Okay, let's move on to exercise 3 on page 67. So this one is pretty easy, so I'm going to just read the sentences and you can follow along and circle the correct word or phrase. So number 1, a device is a machine that does a special job. Number 2, Catherine felt very upset when she found 27 spam messages in her inbox today. Number 3, if something is convenient, it makes your life easier. Okay? Now, what is the opposite of convenient? We talked about prefixes last time. So, which prefix goes in front of convenient to make it the opposite meaning? So in this case, we can say inconvenient. Inconvenient. That's the opposite. Okay, and then number 4, Mike read a text message from his wife. Okay, Mike read a text message from his wife. Number 5, if something is manual, you use your hands to operate it. Okay, and then number 6, I'm trying to answer my email, but that TV program is distracting me. Could you please turn it off? And then number 7, it's an electronic calculator. It works with a small computer inside it. That's what electronic means. Okay, and then number 8, an innovative product is made with new technology. Now, if you look at the word innovative, it has the letters N-O-V in it, and N-O-V means new. So you might have heard the word novel before, or novice. Those words have something to do with new. So, for example, we call this coronavirus a novel coronavirus because there are other old coronaviruses, previously existing coronaviruses, like the SARS virus, that was a type of coronavirus. But this current one, COVID-19, is a new type of coronavirus. That's why you might have heard in the news that it's called a novel coronavirus. So a new kind of coronavirus. And then the word novice. Actually, let me write both words. So novice means someone who is new at doing something. Okay, so you might say, I am a novice computer programmer. So you are new at doing computer programming. Or someone who is not an expert yet.